Can you see or
You want me to turn it off?
Hi, my name is Ed, but that's not my real name. My real name is Zaman Ali. Now I'm going to talk about the planets, the differences between Mars and Earth. And there are 9 planets in our galaxy, in the solar system, in the sun orbit. The sun orbit, there is a 9 planets, but here in our galaxy there's a lot of things, stars and something like planets. Here the planets we have in the solar system, the Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Pluto is the smallest one we see here. Pluto is the smallest one, and Uranus is the biggest. Earth and Mars, that's what we're going to talk about, and what the differences between them, because Mars is the most similar planet in our solar system to the Earth. Here I'm going to talk about physical data. Here we can see the Mars, Earth, and Moon. These are some numbers this is your weight. When you are in the Earth, there's a gravity pull you down to the Earth. That means you are going to be 100% your weight. So I'm 75 kilograms, but when I go to Mars, I will lose something. Not lose it, but because of the gravity doesn't pull you down, it will be 1/3 and 1/8 for the Moon. Here for the diameter of Earth is 12,757, but it's mostly half of the Mars. It's 6,793, and for the Moon is 350. The Earth has only 1 moon, but Mars has 2 moons. Here, the surface data. Here we can see the surface. The Earth doesn't look like this, but we just want to make something different, and I will show you something about this. Here, the surface data about the Mars. There's always desert, dry desert, and high digging. And here the water. The water cover the Earth percentage is 71, and here the highest point in Mars is called Olympicum. It's 25 kilometers from the bottom, from the ground. It's 25 kilometer height. And here we have the Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is the highest point from the bottom of the ocean. What we see here, the mountain here is from the ocean, from the sea to above. Everyone knows that Everest is the tallest height in the mountain in our world. But here I'm going to talk about something from the bottom of the ocean. So that's the tallest. It's 11 kilometers from the bottom of the ocean. And highest Everest is 9.3, but it's not from the bottom of the ocean, it's from the ground. So Mauna Kea is tallest than Everest. Here we see the Earth doesn't look like this, and we can see these things, the buildings and water and something like this from the space. Atmosphere and weather. Here we can see the Earth and Mars. Earth is the highest atmosphere, the weather is 55 degrees, that's the maximum weather here. And 25 for the Mars. It's cool to be there because the highest is 25, it's not big, that's hot. But the average is 16.5 for the Earth and minus 23.5 for the Mars. That will be very cold because that's an average. What about in winter? Here we see the atmosphere and composition. The Mars has 1.6 of argon gas and 2.7 nitrogen and 95.3 Dixes. And for the Earth is nitrogen, argon, oxygen, CO2 is more than what have in Mars. Earth has 365 days in a year, but here we have in Mars is 687 days all the year, because it's the fourth planet, and the solar system is take longer than the Earth to take around from the sun, because the years talking about the sun, how long have the Earth or Mars, the planet, take around from the sun to coming back. It's take, just like what I said, is 365 days, and here is 687. NASA have a mistake when they say there is water in Mars. There's no water in Mars, and the first person will going to Mars. There's no one went to Mars. There's someone will go to Mars 2018, and the percentage of coming back is 0. Maybe he's not coming back. And first person on Earth, we know that, Adam and Eva. Any questions you have? It sounds like it because I'm trusting this, so.
Is there any similarities between the two planets?
Yeah.
What are some?
There are two planets in the same solar system.
In the solar system?
And they both have moon, but Mars has 2 moons, the same galaxy and the sun orbit, and they have only one sun, is what we see in the sun.
And when you say a person is going to go to Mars in 2018,
In 2018.
where did you read that?
I researched that from the internet, from Wikipedia. They say the first person who going to Mars he will go to Mars in 2018. And they send a robot to see that, but the robot can't be there because of the cold. All the planet there is ice cap cold and freezing, so no one can be there. And the vegetation there, maybe if there is some difference, make some differences in Mars, there will be a vegetation in there. So we have in Earth, there is a tundra, syndra, and something like this from the planet, not planet, I'm sorry. That's for the.
Okay, why do you say there's no water over there?
Because there is no water. It can't be the water there because it's very cold there. So the water is freezing and there is no oxygen. And the oxygen is one of the most reason to make a water for the nitrogen and water. Anyone have any questions?
So do you think that people will ever live on Mars?
Maybe in the future, because they're trying to find something to make a difference in Mars. So that may help the people to live there, but there is no one who will be living there.
What about the weather in Earth and Mars?
Yeah, just what I said here. The average in Earth is 16.5, and the average in Mars is minus 23.5.
It's hot more.
It's colder. That's the average. The average. So here is minus. The maximum. So here we have in Earth is 55 in the summer, but they have it only 25 in the summer. So what about the winter? Maybe it will be colder.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.